Welcome to the Herd Mentality Podcast, an eclectic weekly mix of atheistic and humanistic conversations with complete strangers. I've never met them and they've never met me, but we're throwing caution to the wind, taking a risk with a dodgy internet connection, and God willing, get an interesting conversation for you to listen to. I'm your host, Adam Reeks, and it's time to meet our guests.
What can you expect from the Herd Mentality? Here's a few sound bites from future episodes. So Deepak Chopra, welcome to the Herd Mentality. Thanks for your time. Firstly, let's get our credentials out of the way.
We have both dabbled a little bit in quantum physics.
It's true. So what did you want to come on and discuss?
Okay, so let me start out by saying that, in my opinion, all belief is a cover-up for insecurity.
Seems as good a place as any to start. What about the supernatural?
Especially the supernatural.
Well, that topic had occurred to me.
These questions occur to human beings.
So how do we best analyse the situation and come to an informed decision?
And there are two ways of looking at it. If you look at it from the top down.
Yes, and on the colonic consciousness level?
Colonic consciousness.
Now, when you look at this from the bottom up.
Gotcha. Is it cavernous?
The infinite void, you might say.
How big are we talking here?
There's a deeper consciousness.
And how fast can it travel?
At the speed of light.
So of the two aforementioned points, which is the most likely?
It's neither and it's both.
Now Deepak, I'm a rational human being.
Which makes sense to a rational human being.
I feel an argument coming on.
I'm not arguing with you.
Good.
So it gets weird at this level.
Only if you make it weird. But that's not the question.
But that's not the question.
What?
I'm not arguing with you.
I can see we're getting nowhere here. Tell me more about the way by which you form sentences.
There seems to be no purpose. It seems to be totally random.
I can't disagree with that.
Why is there a universe? Why is there awareness?
Well, I was angling towards that. Deepak, your brain has been described by Richard Dawkins as having
sentience at all levels.
Well, not exactly.
Or an electrochemical impulse in your own neural networks.
Again, not quite.
You and I right now are an activity of the universe.
Deepak Chopra, thanks for your time.
I just want to thank you. So I'm not here to convince you that you should believe in anything.
Great comfort. Thanks for coming on the Herd Mentality.
It's okay.
Now, you wanted to come on and clarify a few points, so let's start with our credentials. You are
an expert on evolution.
An expert?
I've never said I'm an expert.
But you just said you were.
But I've never really found an expert.
Well, I interview them all the time.
I wasn't a whisper of scientific evidence.
So you listened to the episodes. Can I ask what you thought of Kaimatai?
A tool.
Godfrey World?
Sinful lifestyle.
Dr. Dave Hawkes?
Bittersweet.
What about Atheist Mel?
This is a really funny joke.
I'm considering inviting Blessed Teen on the show.
Raging Hormone.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Fornication's okay.
Matt Dillahunty?
I don't want anything to do with him.
Didn't you go on his show, though?
I don't believe in your God.
Well, I respect the guy, but I wouldn't put him on a pedestal like that.
He's a figment of imagination.
I can assure you he's real.
And that's why so many atheists are so irate.
Probably not the main reason, but you're not even making much sense here.
That's what atheism does.
So you've changed your position.
God doesn't exist.
What are you going to do?
You've got to toss out the whole Bible.
Seems a bit extreme, Ray.
I accept Darwinian evolution.
Have you considered joining a secular group?
There's no room for wimps.
Pretty sure they'll accept anyone. Okay, let's talk about you. Recently your Twitter handle was borrowed by someone else.
We're aware of that. It wasn't long ago.
What are you doing to get it back?
Absolutely nothing.
Your thoughts on the new account?
It's intellectual suicide.
Why do you say that? The new account is promoting financial donations over prayer.
Well, I think they go hand in hand.
But aren't you an atheist now?
I've never said I'm an expert.
You don't have to be. So why is it a bad thing, though?
Because of the implication that comes with it.
One final question. Rumour has it that you're working on an 8-horsepower solid gold butt plug.
Yeah.
Prototype working yet?
Yeah, it's up and running.
Your first impressions?
Salvation.
Ray Comfort, thanks for coming on the show.
Well, that's a good question.
Welcome to the Herd Mentality Podcast. We have a fine selection of heathens today. We have Mr. Oz Atheist from Australia. Welcome.
Thank you.
We have the Godless Spell Checker from the other side of the world. Hello.
Hello, fellow heathens.
And we have an interesting guest who's, I'm hoping, going to take control of the entire call and negate the need for me to even be here. Who are you?
Hello, I'm Ricky Gervais and I'm calling from London.
Welcome, guys. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I like the misunderstanding as well, but there's a level of evolution. Slug stopped, They couldn't evolve. They were straining. They're going, no, we're just still slimy and sweaty. And they were just watching amphibians go, oh, look at this. Look at these legs. And they're going, no, I can't. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. You know,
Just work on a shell instead.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that is funny. That's really funny. And if I had one wish, I'd want everyone to understand the burden of proof. Then I'd die a happy man. I just want everyone to understand the burden of proof.
Godless spell checker, is it going to happen in our lifetime, do you think?
Not so long as these people, I would imagine.
See? They still got this hangover of all belief deserve respect again, and that was the cleverest thing that religion did. And now there's a terrorism involved that you can be put to death for blasphemy. I wish you could be put to death for criticising my work. You know what I mean? Anyone who insults the office, we're in trouble.
Look, I'll say it now. It's not your finest work. It was pretty rubbish, really. You redeemed yourself with extras, though.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, you're not welcome in this country because this is an office state.
You perhaps might remember the name of the scientists who discovered it, where they used a creek or a river or one of those very long straight channels in England and measured the height of the water as it curved around the Earth.
Alfred Wallace did that as to win a bet with a flat earthist.
Well, there
I like that.
I don't have to do any research after the show. That makes me very happy.
It was Eratosthenes.